Good morning, students. Today I will be talking on various impression and impression procedures used in prosthodontics. So what is an impression? What is an impression? It can be defined as a negative replica of hard and soft oral tissues which reproduces or registers the form and relationship of the teeth and oral tissue. And why you should need an impression material to record all these. So it is for the purpose of an impression material is to get a negative reproduction of the tissues by which you can pour a positive cast by filling the impression with dental stone or any other model material. So again, impression materials can be defined as the negative imprints of natural teeth and their supporting tissues. Types of impressions may be classified in different ways. Full mouth or full arch impressions, which is used for full arch mouth, full edentulous arch, upper, lower, primary, initial, secondary, final. And for dentulous arch, it may be upper and lower. Another type of impression is copper band or matrix band impression material, which is used for making impression of a single tooth. Then impression of a quadrant, one part of the mouth, that is called a sectional impression procedure. And there is another impression procedure which is called wash impression, which is done in case of the edentulous patients after taking primary impression, which records more appropriate areas of the mouth. And ideal requirements, whenever we talk about any impression material, we should know about various ideal requirements that is needed for that particular impression material. It should be non-toxic, non-irritant, preferably elastic in nature, should have a very good flow, and main purpose of an impression material to have a good properties that we should be able to manipulate the impression material in an easy manner, and it should be dimensionally stable even after setting. It should be cheap and cheaply available, and the setting of an impression material should be less than 5 minutes, and shelf life should be good, and they should be fluid enough to adapt to oral tissues. It should be viscous enough to be contained in the tray, and while in the mouth, it should transform to a rubbery or a rigid consistency for a reasonable amount of time, and the impression should not distort or tear when it is removed from the mouth. And whenever impression is made from this material, it should be dimensionally stable, and it should maintain dimensional stability even after the removal from the cast, so that or a second or a third cast can be poured. These materials should be biocompatible, and the materials associated with processing the equipment and should be cost effective. And another classification of impression material is that they can be classified as non-elastic, elastic. Non-elastic may be again told as rigid impression material, which can be called plaster, impression compound, impression waxes, and of course your zinc oxide eugenol impression paste. Elastic impression materials comes under aqueous hydrocolloids and non-aqueous hydrocolloids. Aqueous hydrocolloids are again classified as agar and alginate, which may be reversible. Agar is reversible, whereas alginate is irreversible. Non-aqueous elastomers, there are three types mainly: polysulfide, silicons, and polyether. Again, the silicons are again classified as condensation and adhesion silicons. And one more classification is according to the mode of setting, that is reversible and irreversible. You have rigid, under rigid you have reversible impression compound and waxes. Irreversible you have impression plaster and zinc oxide eugenol. Whereas in elastic, you have reversible agar hydrochloride and irreversible alginate, polysulfide, polyether, and other silicon. Then one more classification we can say, like based on the mode of setting and elasticity, thermoplastic materials which set by temperature changes, and they are called reversible impression materials. Thermoset materials are which set by chemical reaction, that they are called reversible materials. Based upon the pressure, any impression material, when we use for certain purpose, can be considered according to the theory of impression making. So we have mucostatic impression materials and mucocompressive impression materials. And under mucostatic impression materials, you have impression plaster, agar, alginate, and light body elastomers. Whereas mucocompressive, you have impression compound and putty elastomers. Then there is another impression technique wherein you use selective impression technique, in which you apply pressure in some areas of your residual ridge and some areas you give pressure. Then according to the use of the material, you can again classify them as edentulous and dentulous. Under dentulous, you can use alginate, agar, and non-aqueous elastomers. Edentulous, you can use impression compound, impression plaster, zinc oxide, eugenol, and wax. According to the use by the dentist, you have edentulous, which is used for making complete denture prosthesis, that is impression compound, zinc oxide, eugenol, alginate, and elastomers. And for dentulous mouth, you can use it for making fixed partial dentures and removable partial dentures. They are agar, alginate, and elastomers. So roughly you can have a classification like this. Impression materials again can be classified as high viscosity, medium viscosity, low viscosity. High viscosity comes under high viscosity, you have impression compound and putty elastomers. Medium viscosity, you have regular elastomers. Low viscosity, you have impression plaster, impression paste, hydrocolloid, light body elastomers. Then based on the impression and area of use, you have dentulous, you have primary for making primary impressions, you have alginate. Secondary impressions, you have elastomers and agar. For edentulous impressions, you can use impression compound as your primary impression material, impression plaster, and alginate. Whereas secondary, you use elastomeric impression materials and also zinc oxide eugenol impression paste. And based on the manipulation, you can again classify this impression materials under hand mixing and mechanical mixing. Hand mixing, kneading can be done using wet. Kneading can be done for impression compound, where it is called wet kneading. And for dry kneading, the elastomers are used for putty consistency, and circular motion with spatula is used for zinc oxide eugenol impression paste and also light body elastomers. Vigorous mixing is done for alginate, that is especially figure of 8 motion. Then you have mechanical mixing, especially for agar, you have alginate, and also you have you can use mechanical mixing for elastomeric impression materials. Based on the trays used, impression materials can be used on different types of trays. That is stock trays, which can be again divided into rim lock tray, water cooled trays, and plastic trays. Rim lock trays are used for making impression with alginate elastomers. Water cooled trays are used for agar. Plastic trays, they can be used for alginate elastomers, and for even dentulous and edentulous mode. Based on the perforation, again the trays can be divided into perforated and non-perforated. Alginate and elastomeric impression materials are preferred with perforated tray, whereas impression compound uses non-perforated tray. And special tray. This is another type of tray that is specifically made for that particular patient, wherein the zinc oxide eugenol impression paste or light body elastomeric impressions are impression materials are used in this special tray. So that finishes the main classification of impression material. Now coming on to the as we continue with the classes, initially we will be going only on to the rigid impression material. I'll be just talking about rigid impression material, the materials which comes under rigid impression materials. Then we will continue with the elastic impression material in the next class. So we have 4 types of rigid impression material, which may be impression plaster, which is one of the earliest impression materials, uses mucostatic impression technique for making final impressions of the edentulous mouth, and it compresses and displaces the tissue during seating of the tray. It comes under the classification gypsum products, which is ADA specification number 25. Then you have impression compound, which is most commonly used for making edentulous impression, and it can be described as a rigid reversible impression material which sets by physical change, that is reversible impression material. And it is otherwise called modeling plastic, and it's supplied in the form of cakes and sticks. Then you have zinc oxide eugenol impression paste. This is also used for making impression of edentulous mouth, and it is an irreversible rigid impression material. Then you have another one, rigid impression material, which can be used for making impression of edentulous mouth. This is also one of the oldest impression material. Maybe it is not used currently that frequently. Okay, so that finishes today's class. We will continue with the elastic impression materials in the next class. So